All right, here are some quick instructions on how to make some pretty cool Desmos line art. So by now you should know that, of course, y equals mx plus b is going to draw a line. And you've probably played around with the sliders m and b. We can click all and it will add these sliders. And as you move the slider around, you can see, of course, the graph gets moved. I'm sure we've tried this before. You might also know about clicking and holding on the icon to changing the color. And you can also change the size of the line by changing that number. So it was 2.5. I'm going to make it nice and big and make it 10. So these are just a little cool way to make lines, some neat, colorful lines. But you don't need to use the slider. You can actually put in a number. So if I click on this and just type over top and change that to a 2 and change that to a 3, then I'll get this exact line. What you might not know is how to draw a whole bunch of lines all at once. So instead of just typing 2 or using the slider, I'm going to go and delete that and use the square bracket and put in a list of different slopes. So I'm going to go 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. And look what it does. It does 5 lines, each with a slope of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do the same thing with the B. Square bracket 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, and there's a pretty neat little picture of 5 different lines with different slopes and y-intercepts. I could then keep going and change and make another group of lines. This one I'm going to call y equals nx plus t. And I'll add those sliders. And this time I'm going to get some purple lines. Okay, maybe I'll want to make this list a little bit differently. So I'm going to go here, and I don't have to type in each of the ones. I can actually do something really neat like this. I can go square brackets, 1, comma 2, start doing my list, but then I can go comma, dot, 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 comma, 10. And that says do a list from 1 to 10. And you'll see I've got then 10 lines with the different slopes. I'll do the same thing here with the c-intercept or the y-intercept. But this time I'm going to put negatives just for fun. So I'm going to start at negative 10, comma, negative 9, and I've told Desmos I want to do a pattern, so it knows that I'm going down by 1, or up by 1s, I guess. Dot, 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 comma, and let's go all the way to 0. And look at those different lines that I've got, which is kind of neat. Again, I think I'm going to change, I like the purple, but I'm going to change that to size 10 to get some pretty neat lines. Of course, if you wanted to just draw your own lines, you can go y equals, for example, negative 1/2 x plus 1. And I'm going to change that to green. And I've got a cool line there. This one I think I'm going to make really big, though. I'm going to make this one size 25, just so I can get the really neat graphic going through there. And if I wanted to just do a whole bunch of these lines, but change it one at a time, you can click on it and go up to the gear here, and then choose copy, and you can push it a couple of times and get 4 different lines. Then when you want to change, I'm just going to change this to maybe 2. Oh, no, I think that's too far apart. I'm going to call it 1.5. Oh, look at that. That's going to be neat. Change that to 2. Change this to 2.5. And I've got some neat, pretty neat lines. I'm going to save this quickly so I don't lose my work. If you click on the title and just call it Chris's Lines, save. Okay, so you've got this work saved. And you can look and you get a pretty neat picture. There's a quick way to make the picture even cooler. Go up to the gear up here, or the wrench. Let's turn off the grid so we don't have those numbers interfering. And we get a pretty neat picture there. And then if you want it to go really psychedelic, go back to gear and click reverse contrast. Now you're talking about getting some really neat pictures. Have some fun doing this. You can create some really awesome pictures and hope that you have fun creating this Desmos line art.